Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Dr. Diggs. It is 11:42 p.m. here in the Pacific Northwest. We are joined with Twitch chat tonight as we are going to be making the most important YouTube video that you are going to see for Brave Exvius War of the Visions this year, and that is the ultimate 100% Husbando tier list. Now, as a gay man, I do have very specific preferences and expectations out of my husbandos. We're going to be making the list based off of their story personalities, their character. We're also going to be doing it off of their physical looks and whether or not at the end of the day they're going to be there for us in the end. We're going to be starting in no specific order, going from top to bottom, and we're going to be doing all of the current male units that are in the game, UR, MR, SR, and there are a couple N units in there. There's also 2 units added that are not out yet. That is Thunder Godsid and Adelard. We'll go ahead and start with our first unit. Now, King Robb, he is the King of Horn, and he is the kindest of men. He is so sweet. We do love him. He's a little bit naive though. Moraga does tend to take advantage of him, and that does tend to cause problems. He's a little bit weak. He's Mashere's father, so we're going to go ahead and put him in the hot dad category, plus he's a little bit old. Valahad, now he is part of the Leonis party. He has not even said a single thing in the main story yet, as far as I can tell. He's got cool hair though, and I like him, but again, we don't really know his personality. We're going to go ahead and put him in the jock profile. He'd be nice to be with, but you know, at the end of the day, he's not cool yet. Now, Ryu. This guy, out of all of them, he's a sociopathic murderer, and he likes to kick women off cliffs. Now, if that's a problem for you, he might not be the best husbando for you. However, he is really good at assassinating people, and he is pretty vital to the main story. I do think he has potential for anti-hero capability, where he does become a good guy. For that reason, I'm going to put him under SR for now, because I do think he has the potential to turn things around and be an incredible anti-hero. Now we have Monto here. Everyone loves Monto, everyone loves Monto. And Monto in terms of Husbando tier is not that great. To be honest with you, he kind of is a pushover, and he really hasn't come into his own. For those of you that have watched Final Fantasy Tactics, he's really one of those characters like Ramza, where he's not going to come in until Chapter 4 as great husband material. For right now, we're going to put him in that 3 a.m. mistake. It's going to be that little pity, that little like, oh man, I mean, I guess he's okay for tonight. And then you're going to have regrets for it for the rest of your life because Mashere will be hunting your ass down. Now, for the next one, we got Severo here. Severo we don't know much about yet because we haven't gotten to the name of Wazette. I do think, though, that Severo is going to be a very cool character. You can tell just by his demeanor that he looks like he's going to kick some ass. He's got that fierceness, right? If he was walking down the runway, you would panic and tremble in fear. So, just for his hair and for his personality, we're going to put him under SR rank, right next to Ryu. He's also a water element, and there's not very many of those. The King of Wazette, we're going to put under Dumpster Fire tier. Now, we haven't really met him yet in the main story. We do know his daughter is overthrowing him in a rebellion, and he's the type of person who's going to have children locked into his basement, so we just don't want to have anything to do with him. Zazan. Now, Zazan is a class of his own. If you've seen my video on Zazan, you know he is maximum husbando daddy bear material. He is the UR of normal units in this game. If you are not wailing for Daddy Zazan, you are not doing things right in this game at all. You need to have one, everyone needs to have one. Zokar, you need to put yourself in your place. He is an amazing unit. Now we come to a very sweet boy. His name is Viola, and he doesn't say much, except when he talks about food. And Biello is the Sam, essentially, from Game of Thrones. He is not Dumpster Fire Zokar. Biello is actually going to go under UR tier because I think he has the potential to be a great husbando. I think he's character potential, his sweetness, the fact that he's a large character in the main game, it's amazing. So we're going to put him there. Now we have King Old. Now, if any of you have played through the main storyline, you know that King Old has one priority, and the one priority is to preserve his bloodline. Now, he is a wonderful, sexy daddy bear, but the fact that he's willing to ditch you in a kingdom with an invasion coming to run away with his younger son, it makes me question where he should be put. So we are going to be moving him right down here to Dumpster Fire for King Old. The one time you would want to be with him, though, is if you want to preserve your bloodline, and I don't think that's what you're going to want to be doing. Now, Engelbert. If you've met Engelbert in PvP, you want to cry. Whoa. He left his wife to die, Zokar. That deserves to be Dumpster Fire, okay? Now, Engelbert. Engelbert is a PvP god. He is a PvP god, and he is someone who everyone hates to be up against. He is a beautiful man, though, and so for that, we are going to have to put him under the 3 a.m. mistake, because he's an easy seduction, right? He's one that's going to be like, God, I hate you so much, but you are so hot. And so he's that 3 a.m. mistake, because ain't nobody want to be with Engelbert because nobody likes him in PvP. Adelard. Now, Adelard is one I exclusively added because he's a beautiful man that pulls Red Mage off right. He is classy, he's making a difference in the story, he's got that tilted hat. Let me tell you, Adelard is going to make a difference. He's going to be the main anti-hero. He is the main character of the story. He is what Monto should be and what Monto will be in 4 chapters. I see there's no disagreements with that, so I trust you all understand I'm right. Now, Serche. We haven't met Serche much, but Serche has sacrificed himself, staying under the terrible king of Wazet in order to prioritize the protection of his men. He is a selfless captain that is seeking to protect his men under a ruthless king that locks children in his basement. Because of that, we're going to put Serche under the MR tier, because he could potentially be a very sexy daddy and husbando in the future. I can't even remember this character. His name's Lorenzo. He's not that special. I think he's a beautiful man. He's a spear user. I honestly am going to put him in the jock category because he's just a looker. Alright. We have here Thunder Godsid. Now, if any of you question this placement, burn in hell and die. Now, this character, I can't remember his name. He's a rare tier mage, and honestly, someone give me this guy's name. Anyone? Alright, ain't nobody know this guy. He's going in the dumpster fire. Miche, okay. Alright, Miche is a 3 a.m. mistake then. Same with this one. I do know this one. This is Valstrad, and he's kind of like that emotional Dark Knight on the edge of the game where it's just like, it's a little too much, I wouldn't classify this as cool hair. I think he probably goes into the 3 a.m. mistake category, because if you're dating him, you're probably really desperate for attention. You're really on that edge of like, man, I gotta do that. Talking about sexy angels, Gilgamesh. Now, Gilgamesh is like the jock that everybody wants to be with. He's on the cover of the game. Everyone wants one. What can I say? He has angel wings. He kicks some ass. Does that mean he'll be a good husbando? I have a feeling he would not. You are absolutely right, Zokar. That leather mask is a dead giveaway. He is a naughty, naughty man. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to put Gilgamesh under the hot dad category, because I have a feeling he's a man with some experience who is ready to take care of you. Now we have Shuzelt, and Shuzelt is kind of like the main White Knight character of the story. And I've got to say, he has some perks that make him pretty charming. He also has some perks that make us not like him. So you got to tell me, where does Shuzelt fit in? I think he's kind of between jock tier and hot dad tier, but honestly, I think he could become a great character. I mean, his wife did just die. He's a widower, you guys. But yeah, we're gonna put him in between jock and hot dad. Great here. Okay, so guys, we have to talk about Stern, because Stern has two personalities. He has his regular Stern from before his father left him to die in a burning fire of a castle, or we have the Stern with the relic that wears a mask and becomes quite a Sasuke-esque badass Gundam wannabe Zex Marquis character. So he's kind of a mixed bag. I think he does fit into the jock tier. He's definitely not a hot dad tier. I think he might be an SR tier. I think just because he's going with the Zex Marquis look, and it's kind of a cliche that's been overdone, we're gonna put him in SR. He's going into SR, you guys. Now, we finally come to our last one, and that's Thancred. So, I'm not sure what to do with Thancred, you guys. We could put him in UR. He's pretty strong. I mean, he's such a pain in the ass to get. I'm not able to get him because he's pay to win. What am I gonna do? What should I be doing? I'm seeing the chat call out for a lot of URs, but let's be honest, there's only one person in MR and he needs company, right? 3 AM mistake? That could be right. I mean, he does cost a lot of money. Maybe someone bought a lot of money and all their cash trying to gotcha for him. Brand Flakes, welcome to the Husbando tier list. I think we're actually gonna put him under. Oh, you guys, I don't know where to put him. Oof. I think we're gonna put him under MR because he is pretty cool. He doesn't get much attention very often, and I think he's gonna be good. I think he'll be good. All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for joining me for our Husbando tier list and trusting that I do know the optimal Husbando patterns in this game. You can trust me. There is one person missing from this list. If you haven't figured out who it is yet, it's because he's such a terrible character, has the worst character design, that I decided not to put him on. And if you guys can name that character right now, I will reward you. It's Moraga. Alright, you guys, have a good evening. Thank you for the likes, comments, and subscribes. Looking forward to hear from you, and please do check out my Twitch, throw me a follow, and I look forward to chilling with y'all. Have a good one.